Hi, it's Melina J. Here we go for part 2 of the Linux Mint install tutorial. Now that Linux Mint is installed on our computer, we are going to set a few things up. First, we are going to make sure the firewall, which is called GUFW, is on. Go to Menu, at the bottom left of the screen, on the bar menu, All Applications, go to Preferences, Firewall Configuration, input your password, click on Authenticate, make sure the status is on. Now we're going to do the updates. Before doing so, we are going to set the software sources so that the downloads will be fast and smooth. Click on Menu, Administration, Software Sources. Input your password. Click on Main. It will open a window. Wait for the speed values to load. Pick one from the fastest locations by clicking on it, then click on Apply. Now click on Base and do the same. Click on OK. Now we are ready to do the updates. On the bottom right of the screen, in the bar menu, click on the Update Manager icon. You can also access the Update Manager from Menu, Administration. It's the first time we are using the Update Manager, so a welcome window appears. Click on OK. Here, an update for the software manager itself is available. Click on Apply the update. Input your password. Now there's a list of updates available. We are going to unselect the kernel upgrades as it's recommended to install the security updates and the software updates first. The kernel upgrades are marked with a lightning icon. Here there are a lot of updates as I've done my install quite a while after 20.2 was released. Click on Install Updates. Input your password. If there are a lot of updates, it might take a while. The updates are done. For security updates and software updates, you don't need to restart your computer. Now we have the kernel upgrades. They are of the same version as the kernel version we have, with a few improvements and stuff you might want to upgrade. Here I'm installing the image-based update, but will ignore the kernel upgrade as I want to upgrade to a newer version. If your computer is brand new with the newest components, you might need a newer version of the kernel. New versions of the kernel are released every few months. Older versions of the kernel might have been made and released before the components in your computer were released. If everything seems to work just fine, you can skip this. It's up to you. Here my laptop doesn't have sound and brightness control. I need to upgrade to a newer kernel. Our Linux Mint install is fresh. We don't have files or anything on it, so I'm going to go ahead with the upgrade. If you are upgrading later in time, it's recommended to back up your files and do a snapshot beforehand in case something goes wrong. Upgrading the kernel might sound impressive, but it's actually simple. We are still in the Update Manager. Click on View from the top menu, Linux Kernels. Click on Continue. Here I'm going to install kernel 5.13. Click on the kernel version you want to install. Click on Install. Click on Yes. Input your password. For kernel upgrades, we need to restart the computer. We're now running kernel 5.13. My laptop has sound, and there's brightness control in the power management settings. To install a brightness control button on the bar menu, right-click on the bar menu, click on Add to Panel, select Brightness Applet, then click on Add. Now we can change the brightness control from the bar menu. As of early December 2021, from the Update Manager, you can upgrade to kernel 5.13. However, for very new computers and components, you might need kernel 5.14. Here I needed to upgrade to kernel 5.14. You can do so using the command line. When it comes to kernel versions, if you want only the version that is not yet in the Update Manager, it is advised to go with the official OEM version rather than the mainline version. However, you should be careful as not every kernel version might be recommended with the version of the OS you have. If you don't know, the best is to ask on the Linux Mint forum. You will be advised according to the OS version you're running and the computer hardware you are using. If you upgraded to a version of the kernel which causes issues with your computer, you can still boot your computer on the older kernel version. When starting your computer, in the grub menu, select Advanced Options, select the kernel version you want your computer to boot on, then start normally. After the computer is booted, just delete the kernel version that causes issues from the Update Manager. The computer will always boot on the newest version that is installed. On the right side of the bar menu, there might be an icon with an exclamation point in it. It's the System Report icon. It means something needs to be done. Click on the System Report icon. There is a list of things that need to be done. Here we're going to set Timeshift up. Click on Launch Timeshift. Input your password. Click on Next. Select the location where you want your snapshots to be saved. Click on Next. Select the frequency of the snapshots. Click on Next. Select the configuration you want. Click on Next. Click on Finish. Now we're going to make one manually. Click on Create. It takes a short while. Now we have a snapshot. Here I still need to install a missing language pack. You might have different warnings and things that you need to do. Now we're going to install softwares. Most of the time, softwares come as Debian packages. There are 3 ways to install them. From a command line, you will need to know the exact name of the package in order to download and install it. From the software manager, by downloading the Debian package from its official website. Here we're going to use the Software Manager. Go to Menu, Administration, Software Manager. You can find softwares using the search bar at the top. You can also browse by categories. Here I'm going to install something called ibus. It's an input method. Click on Install. Input your password. It is now installed. Go to Menu, Preferences, ibus Preferences. Here my keyboard is set to QWERTY. I want to add French AZERTY keyboard so that I can type with the accents and special characters. In the Input Method tab, click on Add. Select the layout you want. Click on Add. With ibus, you also have emojis that you can launch using Ctrl-Shift-E. Restart your computer. Go to Menu, Office, LibreOffice Writer, which is a free text editing software. There are other things too to do stuff, like LibreOffice Draw, LibreOffice Math. Now you can select which keyboard layout you want to use from the bottom right bar menu. Now we want to install other input methods which are not in the list here. We're going to install them from the Software Manager. By typing ibus in the search bar, we are able to find other languages input methods. Click on the language input method you want to install. Click on Install. Input your password. Restart your computer. Go to Menu, Preferences, ibus Preferences. In the Input Method tab, click on Add. Now the languages we want appear in the list. Select the input method you want. Now we can type in different languages just by switching the input methods in the bottom right bar menu. We can also install Debian packages that we have downloaded. It's recommended to download softwares from the official website. Be careful what you download and install. Here we have downloaded the Similar Calculator. Double-click on it. You can check the details. It will tell you what dependencies will also be installed. Click on Install Package. Input your password. Click on Continue. The software is now installed. Here you can find it in Accessories. If you can't find the software in the menu right after installing it, you can restart your computer. It should then appear in the menu. Softwares can also come as app images. They are easy to use. After you've downloaded an app image, right-click on it. In Properties, Permissions tab, enable Allow Executing File as Program. Now all you need to do is double-click on the app image for the software to launch. The last thing we need to do is customize the desktop. Go to Menu, Preferences, Appearance. We can change the theme. We can change the fonts and text size. We can change the background picture. We can also customize the bar menu by right-clicking on it in Properties. We can change its size and color. So yeah, we are done setting things up. We can now go on and use our computer. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it was useful. That's all for today. See you next time.